Welcome friends. Let us continue to study the chapter number 1 on my YouTube channel. Kindly like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. The topics included in today's lecture are specific heat and heat capacity. Specific heat. Specific heat is defined as the amount of heat required to raise or lower the temperature of unit mass of substance through unit degree. It means it is the amount of heat that we supply to the system to raise or lower the temperature of unit mass substance through unit degree. So what is the condition? That we have to supply the heat to the system, and that system should have one unit mass, and the temperature of the system should increase or decrease by 1 unit degree. And whatever the amount that we supply, or whatever the amount of heat that we take it back, that is known as the specific heat. So now let us write in the form of the you can say equation. So specific heat is equals to Q per unit temperature difference and per unit mass. So therefore specific heat C is equals to Q divided by temperature difference multiplied by mass. So specific heat C is equals to capital Q divided by delta T and M. And therefore we can write that Q is equals to M into C into delta T, where M is the mass of the system, C is the specific heat, and delta T is the temperature difference. So now again referring to the definition. So if mass is 1, if delta T is 1, Q is equals to C. It means heat supply is equals to specific heat. So what the same thing is written into definition. Now again read the definition. Specific heat is defined as the amount of heat. So C is equals to Q, required to raise or lower the temperature of unit mass. It means mass is equals to 1 through unit degree. Delta T is equals to 1. So that is how, right, that you can say Q is equals to M into C into delta T, which defines the definition of the specific heat. Now, what is the unit of specific heat? So let us find out the unit of specific heat. So specific heat C is equals to Q divided by M into delta T. So unit of C is equals to unit of Q divided by unit of M multiplied by unit of delta T. So now what is unit of Q? Yes, so it can be joule or kilojoule or megajoule. So let us write down joule. So the unit of Q is joule, unit of M, that is mass, is kilogram, and unit of delta T, that is temperature difference, is Kelvin. So what is unit of C, that is specific heat? Joule per kg Kelvin, or it can be kilojoule per kg Kelvin and megajoule per kg Kelvin. Theoretically, it is considered that the value of specific heat is constant. But actually, the value of specific heat varies with the temperature. But for a sake of, you can say, generalization or the easiness, we assume that the specific heat is constant for every calculations. Now, specific heat of solid, liquid and gaseous. Solid and liquid have only one value of specific heat, and it is denoted by the symbol C, while gaseous have two values of specific heat, and they are denoted by the symbol Cp and Cv, where Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure and Cv is the specific heat at constant volume. So now let us study this specific heat at constant volume and specific heat at constant pressure one by one. So specific heat at constant volume. First of all, definition of that. So the definition of specific heat at constant volume is same as the definition of specific heat. Only we have to add at the end of that definition at constant volume. So now again defining the specific heat at constant volume? It is defined as the amount of heat required to raise or lower the temperature of unit mass of substance through unit degree at constant volume. So if we add this becomes the definition of specific heat at constant volume. Now let us understand it physically. So this one is a closed vessel in which some quantity, some volume of gas is filled up, and we can say that volume of that gas is constant. Now when we supply the heat to that vessel and we try to heat the gas, then what will happen? The temperature of gas will increase, but gas volume will not increase because the vessel is closed or fixed vessel. So the volume of gas will not increase, but the temperature of gas will increase. Now if the volume of gas doesn't increase, it means what? If you remember the definition of work done is equals to pressure multiplied by final volume minus initial volume. But in this case, volume remains constant, and due to that, work done is 0 during this constant volume process. And this specific heat at constant volume is denoted by the symbol CEV. And therefore, we can write down the formula Q is equals to M multiplied by CV multiplied by delta T. So that is nothing but the, you can say, formula for the specific heat at constant volume. Now let us study the specific heat at constant pressure. Again, the definition of the specific heat at constant pressure is same as the definition of specific heat. Only we have to add this word, that is at constant pressure, and becomes the definition of specific heat at constant pressure. Now let us understand it, you can say graphically. Yes. So this one is the cylinder in which some gas is filled up. This is a piston, and on piston some weight is placed. Due to the weight and the area of piston, some pressure is applied on the gas. So that pressure is always constant until we change the area of the piston or weight on the piston. If we keep both the things same, pressure on the gas will remain constant. Now when we supply the heat to that gas, what will happen? The two things will happen. One is the temperature of gas will increase. Similarly, volume of gas will also increase and piston can move up. Now clear? Now when the gas expands, the volume of gas increases. So what happens? Here there is some work done, because as we have discussed that work done is equals to pressure multiplied by final volume minus initial volume. And here there is no constant volume. Volume of gas increases. So whatever heat is supplied, it is utilized in carrying out two functions. One is increase the temperature of gas, and second one, increase the height of the you can say piston, or doing the work done. So that is the, you can say, specific heat at constant pressure. And it is denoted by symbol Cp, and the equation is Q is equals to M multiplied by Cp into delta T. Now let us compare specific heat at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume. Yes, first of all, specific heat at constant pressure. Already we have studied here, right? So when we supply the heat, heat is utilized to carry out two things. One is increase the temperature of gas, another is doing the work done. So the Q is utilized for work done and increase in temperature of both. So QP is equals to M into Cp into delta T, where QP is the heat supplied during constant pressure process. Now let us again discuss the specific heat at constant volume. Here there is a closed vessel, and so due to that there is no change in volume of a gas, and due to that what will happen? When we supply the heat heat is utilized only and only to increase the temperature of gas. So QV is equals to M into CV into delta T. Clear? Now we know that as per the definition of specific heat, mass is 1 kilogram, delta T is 1 unit degree. So for increasing the temperature of gas, which Q is more, whether QP is more or QV is more? We want to increase the temperature of gas by 1 degree only. Here what happens in constant pressure, whatever the heat we supply, it is diverted at two places. One is to increase the temperature, another is to do the work done. While here, whatever the heat is supplied, it is used to increase the temperature of gas. It means in this case, that is a constant volume process case, the temperature increase will be fast than the temperature increase in case of the, you can say, constant pressure. It means QV is less while QP is more. So for same delta T, which Q is more? Yes, that we have already studied. QP is more, for delta T is equals to 1. Mass is 1 already given. So what happened? Cp is always greater than Cv because Qp is always greater than Qv. Heat capacity. The product of specific heat and mass is known as heat capacity. So specific heat is equals to, that we have studied, C is equals to Q divided by M into delta T. So heat capacity is equals to M multiplied by C. So that is equals to Q divided by delta T, or that is expressed in the unit joule per kg or kilojoule per Kelvin. Sorry, joule per Kelvin or kilojoule per Kelvin. Please write your queries in a comment box of my YouTube channel. Thank you.